What is up, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? I'm Exploding Apple, and welcome to the final update for Zombie Apocalypse Batman 3.0. So, as you can see, it is a long way from, it's actually not that far from where I ended the last video with, but it's a major update. So I'm just going to sort of go down this armor stand and to show you everything. So, firstly, we got the new shoulder weapon, which is a sawed-off shotgun with same sling, but I'll take it off for this. So this was originally just like a knockoff Nerf shotgun, which I trimmed the barrel off, repainted orange tip, and then I also sawed the stock off. And that's not the main reason for this duct tape, not to be functional, it's more or less to cover up the giant hole that was in the back. So what I did to repaint it was I went over the whole body with a primer, and then went over it again with a silver from Model Masters, which are a very good brand of hand paint. And then I gave it a black acrylic wash over the entire body, along with scratching it up. And it came along pretty well, and again, that black acrylic is what I did on the duct tape on the handle to give it sort of that weathered look. Now, I don't know if I included it in the previous video, but I have this old, like, police scanner radio, so I just figured, I include that, because it was just sitting in a cabinet, collecting dust, so figured put it to some use. Okay, so now for the new mask. The gas mask, I liked it, but it wasn't really working for me, especially with the cowl, the helmet. So what I did was I bought a bandana for $2. I bought two of them for $2. And then I cut it up, did that, cut some eye holes in it, and it sort of doesn't really work with my glasses. And then I'll give you some close-up. I went over it with some browns, a red, a couple of blacks, and I did actually sew it up so it wouldn't unfold and it would stay like this. Okay, so next up is the main centerpiece of this cosplay, beside the helmet, which you can't really see what it is up there, and that is the chest armor. Now, I actually bought this at a military surplus store for $50. Compared to what I was gonna buy, which was $60, and a motorcycle chest armor, I honestly like this more. Now, originally, I was planning on doing a full video of just this, but, I figured might as well just make one long video. So, firstly, I painted, a sort of Batman symbol on here. I know it's not really symmetrical, but I don't really care about that. And you might be wondering what I got as, plates. And, well, I will show you. It is actually a quarter-inch piece of plywood, which is actually the same stuff I used for the ears of the helmet. And I sort of even figured that could even be like what's in there, like in the universe, not ceramic plates, just pieces of wood. And you don't really see the back, so I didn't do anything to that. But I did weather the front. You got a bullet hole there, got a couple of scratches, got some sprayed blood if you look closely enough. And you might have seen in the wide shot that there was a pistol in the holster. And that is actually I don't even remember what this is. I've had this for like 8 years, I think. And this was not the original Colt Python. This was another one I got, this is actually my Indiana Jones pistol. So I cut the barrel down, and I believe this would be a .357. And I sort of figured maybe this was like Thomas Wayne's pistol, which he somehow kept and now uses as sort of a last resort kind of weapon. Now the pistol, which I swapped the Colt Python for, again, like the chest armor, I did plan on making a full video with this, but again, time constraints. So, this was a cheap toy 1911 I got on Amazon for $15, 10 of which was shipping. And again, and you know, I went over the main body with a sort of satin gray to give it sort of a shiny metal look. And then the grips, I went over with a gold. And then I did some weathering on the corners of the weapon. And the pistol grips, I went over with the same black acrylic I went over the shotgun with. And I even sort of weathered the magazine, as you can see there, and I made it look like he possibly like he beat someone's brains in with this. So now the utility belt. This is a old U.S. Army like battle belt, which my cousin gave to me when my cousin joined the Navy, because my cousin was sort of a collector of stuff like this. And you know, I haven't done anything to it. That's where the holster goes into. And this holds the holster, the machete, and I do have the radio in here instead of on the chest plate. Now you might be wondering what's the deal with this stand. I have this stand. I made this for the .2 version, and it's just been sitting in my storage room for 3 years. And there were only 2 parts that I still have from the .2, which was the original chest armor and the original helmet, which was like a full cowl. And so, you know, I took that stuff off, figured put it to good use, and now it's the resting spot for the .3. Now that, you know, I've broken down the cosplay, I will be uploading very soon a full slideshow photo shoot that I'm doing. But in the meantime, enjoy this very cheesy trailer I made when doing TikToks.
Here comes the general. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the general. The moment you've been waiting for. Here comes the general. The pride of Mount Vernon. Here comes the general. George Washington. We are out.